Welcome to the 2025 UFC/MMA Awards. It's been a long year. We had some really good cards, we had some really good fights, we had some really good moments, and we had some not so good moments. But yes, welcome. This is the 2025 award show that I am putting on for the UFC, I guess. I'm going through 9 different awards. Knockout of the Year, Submission of the Year, Retard of the Year, Rookie of the Year, a Mystery Award, Fighter of the Year, Fight of the Year, MMA Content Creator of the Year, and Performance of the Year. These are all my personal opinion. I'm going to plead my case why it is that I do think that a certain person should win over someone else, or a certain fight should win over someone else. But you guys let me know down in the comments what you do think should win for these specific awards. So this is subjective. Feel free to lay into me in the comments. I don't care. We're going to start it out hot with the Knockout of the Year award. For some honorable mentions, Carlos Prates versus Jeff Neal, the spinning elbow. The head kick from Quillen Salkild over Nasrat Hakparast. Most recently, actually, in the honorable mentions list, Melkaziel Costa head kicking Morgan Charrier. And then, of course, I had to put this in here as an honorable mention. Alex Pereira knocking out Magomed Ankalaev to regain the throne. So those are my honorable mentions, but as far as the actual nominees, I have Jusang Yu's KO over Jeka Seregi, the Czech left hook heard round the world. Ilia Topuria's brutal KO over Charles Oliveira. I'm pretty sure it's AI, but I guess I'll throw it in here. Lerone Murphy spinning elbow versus Aaron Pico.
Staying composed in the face of pressure.
So much pressure.
Oh! Spinning attack! No way!
And Mauricio Hoofy's knockout over Bobby Green with the spinning wheel kick, which actually I was watching while I was driving, and I swear I almost like crashed my car. I was freaking out.
That right hand on Green, and it really did wake King Green up.
Without further ado, the award goes to Lerone Murphy's KO over the top of Aaron Pico. People forget, man. Lerone Murphy was a heavy underdog going into that fight. People thought Aaron Pico was going to be able to make a huge splash in his debut. They thought Lerone Murphy was too passive. And he knocks out Aaron Pico in the most disgusting way possible. And we haven't heard from Aaron Pico since. He might be dead. I literally don't know. I haven't heard of the guy since. So many different options that you could go here, but I do think that this was the best. He was literally an underdog, and he flattened the dude in a way that you shouldn't be able to, honestly. Like, it was so out of nowhere crazy. Moving on from that, we have the Submission of the Year award. Honorable mentions for this one, we have Sean Brady submitting Leon Edwards, Ignacio Bahamondes submitting Jalen Turner, and Walter Walker submitting Kennedy Nzechukwu. I just picked one of the heel hooks. It could have been any of them, to be honest with you. But as far as the nominees go, we have John Silva submitting Bryce Mitchell. Merab Dvalishvili submitting Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, but he rolled to his back. Oh, that's tight.
That's real tight.
He's attacked.
Oh my goodness.
Gabriel Bonfim submitting Chaos Williams.
I don't think it's tight enough.
He needed to hook that top.
He puts him to sleep in the dying seconds.
And Charles Oliveira submitting Mateusz Gamrot.
Very closely. He's trying to grab the hands.
And again! And another!
Without further ado, the award goes to John Silva's submission over the top of Bryce Mitchell. A ninja choke, just just not maybe satisfying to see because I do like Bryce, but satisfying as a fan of the sport. Just beautiful submission skills from John Silva. And in this matchup, he was the striker. He was supposed to knock Bryce out. Bryce was known to be a little bit chinny. He had gotten slept really badly by Josh Emmett. So the narrative was either Bryce is going to get like a late sub or John Silva's going to knock him out. Next thing you know, John Silva dominates him and submits him, which is just, I don't even want to know the odds on what that was for John Silva by submission. Next award in line, we have the Retard of the Year award. I'm not going to do any honorable mentions for this one, and I'm going to go one by one through these because I need to plead my case on why they're retarded. Nikita Krylov. So, you get flatline KO'd. Dominic Reyes plugs a straight hand through his temple and puts him out bad. Face down, ass up, completely unconscious. Nikita Krylov has this done to him, and as he regains consciousness, decides to jump into another training camp and hard spar and get ready for a fight right away.
Today we're going to talk about how we can find out and how much we can find out at a level of 7. Okay, so I find that intersects with my gradient line. I'm going to come straight down to where it intersects with my around line. That there is going to tell me how much I have to around to find out what I need to find out.
One day later.
He's retarded. Conor McGregor. Do I need to, do I need to tell you why? I mean, serious? At this point, I guess I'll note a few things. He sent a cock pic. He cheats on his wife with tortas. He wanted to be the president of Ireland whilst sending the picks. The court cases. The list goes on and on. If this was a real award, Conor McGregor could legitimately win this award every year. If he's not a nominee for this award, I don't know who is. Anthony Smith. Yeah, because, again, do I need to say anything? I've literally never seen someone in my entire life of watching MMA. I've never seen someone so good at getting into that fetal position. It's really impressive, honestly, like how good he is at just like hunching over and taking punishment. It's mind-blowing to me how good he is at it. And obviously the retirement fight, they gave him like a whole mini movie on the Jumbotron after he literally just fetal positioned for like 2.5 minutes. He said a bunch of questionable shit on the ESPN panel. Moving on from him. Joe Rogan is the last one. Joe Rogan's podcast, or his MMA segment of his podcast, has started to become more of a negative than a positive. He tends to say some of the most dumb and retarded things I have ever heard. And most notably, in the Piotr Jan and Merab fight, which a lot of people saw it going 4-1, maybe 5-0 for Piotr Jan. And at the end of the second round, him and DC agreed that Merab was clearly dominating the first 2 rounds.
This is a good fight. With that being said, though, it's probably still 2-0 in the round.
Possibly.
Yeah.
He's doing
Maybe 1-1, best case.
He's retarded. So, that being said, let's get on to the winner of this award. And the award goes to Joe Rogan. None other than Joe Rogan. He just said way too much stupid shit. And you know what? I'm not going to talk anymore about it. I'm just going to let a compilation roll for you to watch.
Also, it's weird that you can't hit the back of the head because the back of the head gets hit a lot. We're talking about the sport of effective fighting, and it's very effective to punch someone in the back of the head.
What the hell are you talking about?
I don't even think they should fight in a cage. I think the cage is an unnecessary element in fighting. Like to push someone against something, I don't think it's necessary. They should be in like a basketball court. Like a basketball court that's matted up.
Enough from the clown.
The guy developed a spinning back kick at 36. Didn't have a spinning back kick his whole career. And then all of a sudden knocks out Stipe with a spinning back kick for the heavyweight title at 36, 37 years old. That's crazy.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
The guy developed a spinning back kick at 36. Didn't have a spinning back kick his whole career. And then all of a sudden knocks out Stipe with a spinning back kick for the heavyweight title. The guy developed a spinning back kick at 36.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't get much more clear cut than that. The guy is literally retarded. Moving on. Rookie of the Year award. No honorable mentions for this award either, but the nominees are Kevin Vallejos, Ateba Gautier,
Yeah, Medina's. No, he's hurt. He's hurt. Oh! Medina's hurt.
Oh, huge knee! That will do it! Ateba Gautier, welcome to the big show!
Alexandre Tapuria,
That round and beyond.
and Malcolm Wellmaker.
Stumbling forward after that one. Oh! Laid out 3 times!
Without further ado, the award goes to Kevin Vallejos. Originally, I was going to give this award to Alexandre Tapuria for dominating both of his fights that he's had this year. But with Kevin Vallejos' performance this last weekend over Giga Chikadze, where he spinning back-fisted Giga Chikadze's head popped off. Flew out of the octagon. There were reports that it landed back in Georgia. Some said it went a little bit too far. It landed over by Azerbaijan. But I mean, if you spinning back fist a guy and his head pops off, you have to, you have to give him some sort of an award. It had to be something. He's had only good performances this year. His UFC debut was nasty. He wins a 3-round war after that, and then he's spinning back fists Giga Chikadze's head off. You got to give it to him. The Mystery Award. This award goes to none other than Jon Jones. Because at the end of the day, what is an MMA award show without the GOAT, Jon Jones? And it is the gay award because he is, as a matter of fact, still gay. And there's nothing wrong with that. So let's chill out. First of all you Jon Jones meat writers, let's relax. There's nothing wrong with being gay. The guy likes it in the ass, God forbid. Or maybe he likes putting it in there. Or maybe both. Maybe he likes doing a little bit of flip action. I felt it was only right to throw him into an MMA award show. He's the GOAT. So I said, you know what? He's still gay. So, yeah. And he's had way too many questionable moments as well this year. So, yeah, Jon Jones, congratulations. If you're somehow seeing this, probably a 99.999% chance he doesn't. But Jon, if you do see this, congratulations on still being gay. Up next, we have the Fighter of the Year. This one's a little bit controversial for a lot of people. I see people online picking all sorts of different guys. But I will start with the honorable mentions. Yuri Prohaska being one of them. Nasruddin Imavov being another. And Piotr Yan being another honorable mention. As far as the nominees go, we have Merab Dvalishvili, Joshua Van,
Joshua Van at 24. An arm injury to Pantoja. And Joshua Van is the champ.
Islam Makhachev,
All my life for this belt. Yeah! I'm really happy. I don't know. And the belt, so heavy, and I like it.
and Ilia Tapuria. Without further ado, the award goes to Joshua Van. Joshua Van is my Fighter of the Year. He went from being unranked in late 2024 and early 2025, fighting Ray Tasuria in March. And from that point on, he took 3 more fights, winning a total of 4 fights and winning the belt. So going from unranked to the belt in 1 year is just so absurd to me. Regardless of how he did it, I understand that some people are probably a little butthurt over the fact that Pantoja lost the way he did and the way that maybe Joshua Van immediately reacted to that happening. happening. I see a lot of people that aren't too happy with him, but at the end of the day, it happened. On his record, he won all 4 fights and he beat one of the most dominant flyweight champions that we have ever seen. On to the fight of the year. We had so many different good fights this year. As far as honorable mentions go, I am literally just going to read off of a list for you of fights that potentially could have been fight of the year. Merab Dvalishvili versus Umar Nurmagomedov was an absolute war. Jack Della Maddalena and Bilal Muhammad. Diego Lopez and Jean Silva, even though for how short-lived it was still incredible. Piotr Yan and Merab Dvalishvili 2. Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez. Ibo Aslan versus Iwo Baranieski. And I'm going to stop right here for a second. If you have not seen this fight, go watch this fight. The fight is literally a minute and a half. Both guys get knocked down or dropped or like severely wobbled 2 or 3 times each, and the fight is a minute and a half long. If the fight would have gone longer, I probably would have put it as a nominee for this award, but it's just pure chaos. Go watch this right now. Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier 3. Jared Cannonier and RoboCop. Esteban Ribovic versus Elvis Brenner is another one. Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez. I could literally sit here and just keep naming fights because we had a ton of wars this year, but I had to narrow this down to 4 and then narrow it down to 1. So my nominees for this award are Joshua Van versus Brandon Royval.
This fight is wild. This fight is wild. Listen to this crowd.
Khalil Roundtree and Yuri Prohaska. Nazim Sadikov and Nicholas Mata.
Goes to the body, continues upstairs, an endless combination.
And Chris Duncan versus Mateusz Rambecki.
Absolutely everything that was in there. They're not done yet. One more game.
Without further ado, the award goes to Chris Duncan versus Mateusz Rambecki is my fight of the year. You can see it on your screen right there. Look at the right side of that photo. I legitimately thought Mateusz Rambecki's eye had popped out. At the end of one of the rounds, he walks back to the corner and they wipe him off and they put the Vaseline and they try to cauterize maybe not cauterize is the word, but they try to get all the blood out of his wound so that he can see. They had cleaned it up and I still thought that his eye was like gone. I legitimately thought, I was like, dude, where's the doctor? Like, there's no way his eye is still in his skull. There's no way. Chris Duncan gets hurt and wobbled a few times. He gets split open under the eye. He's puffy. Rambecki, I don't even know how the guy could see. I mean, it literally looks like his eye is gone. Am I wrong? Look at that picture. I'm probably gonna get in trouble for even putting the picture up there, but like, good lord, this was tough. I literally didn't know who to pick. Give me some leeway here. There was a lot of really good fights and I didn't know who to pick, but I went back and I watched this and I said, you know what? That's the fight of the year. That was an absolute war. Especially with expectations, it was Tatsuro Taira versus Hyun-Sun Park. Not a lot of people are probably tuning in to watch that. And this was actually the co-main event. And they showed out. And the fight before this was Esteban Ribovic versus Elvis Brenner, which was also a war, and they one-upped it, which I didn't even think was possible. I mean, that is my fight of the year. Again, you guys can let me know down in the comments what you think about this, but moving on from that. Creator of the Year award. This is subjective. This is in my personal opinion, so don't get mad at me if your favorite YouTuber doesn't pop up. Honorable mentions for this. Obviously, you got to throw MMA Guru into a Creator of the Year award for MMA. I mean, he is the pinnacle of MMA content on YouTube. Him or maybe like MMA on Point or Demetrius Johnson. So you got to throw him in here. Another honorable mention would be The Weasel. And lastly, I'm sorry if I do butcher this guy's name, Majohed Fujulite. As far as the nominees go, we have Bedtime MMA, Octagon Oracle, Official Fight Lab, and Mighty. And the award goes to Octagon Oracle. This is subjective to me. I know a lot of you guys like the entertaining and the funny stuff, but as far as pure form, just MMA content and analysis, Octagon Oracle is one of my favorite, if not my favorite channel out there, or just social media presence out there. He is so incredibly smart. Go subscribe to him. He doesn't have the most flashy content ever. It's very monochromatic, simple, to the point, but he is so knowledgeable. And for a lot of my picks, if I'm kind of fence sitting on something, I go and I listen to him and he sways me. He's incredibly smart. Thoroughly advise going and subscribing and watching some of his content because he is a genius. And last but not least, we have the Performance of the Year award. Lots of good performances. Lots of good performances. Actually, lots of people tell me, which one was your favorite? I said, I like the Colby Covington. Anyways, sorry. I don't know what the hell that was. Where were we? Honorable mentions. Alex Pereira knocking out Magomed Ankalaev. Sean Brady submitting Leon Edwards. Charles Oliveira submitting Mateusz Gamrot. And Ilia Topuria knocking out Charles Oliveira. As far as the nominees go, we have Islam Makhachev dominating Jack Della Maddalena to win his welterweight title. Piotr Yan dominating Merab Dvalishvili in a 5-round war. Alexander Volkanovski regaining the throne against Diego Lopez. And Khamzat Chimaev dominating DDP for 5 straight rounds. Without further ado, the award goes to Piotr Yan dominating Merab Dvalishvili, the GOAT of the 135-pound division. And my scorecard was 5-0. I didn't see that coming. I don't think anyone saw that coming. Whereas the other fights on here, it's like, yes, Volk was a favorite. People did think he was going to win. Khamzat Chimaev was a minus 300 favorite going into that fight. Wrestling was supposed to be super dominant, and it was. Islam Makhachev, same story. Piotr Yan was the opposite. He was a huge underdog. He was a plus 300 and something underdog. No one was giving him a chance to win, and he went out there and dominated the GOAT of the bantamweight division. And I celebrated with way too much alcohol. And I partially blame Piotr, but at the same time, I gotta blame myself a little bit. So anyways, that is my 2025 UFC awards. I appreciate you guys for watching. If you are new around here, I would also appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. I work hard on these videos. I take a lot of time to put these videos together. I'm a one-man army, so if you could show a little bit of love, comment down below, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, that would be great. We do have a long layoff here, so I'm going to be doing 1 to 2 videos a week up until January 24th when we get Gaethje versus Pimblett. But until then, I do appreciate you guys once again, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.